Massive decisions have been made about the New York Jets' future as they continue to stumble around like the town drunk, and we are going to break this down as there's a lot to go over with both Woody Johnson, Aaron Rodgers, and much more. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Jets Digest. It's Chris and Matt here, and we're going to jump right into the video as always. But also, as you know, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out a lot. 18% of viewers are subscribed. But let's get into it. Well, Matt, the New York Jets played another game, and they lost once again, as the New York Jets tend to do. And what we are seeing is a lot of different things come out about their future. Maybe most importantly, about their owner, Woody Johnson, as a massive report has shown the president-elect Donald Trump has chosen to not bring Woody Johnson back as the ambassador to the United Kingdom, meaning Johnson could be staying as the active shot caller of the New York Jets. Now, CBS Sports mentioned this, saying the ambassador won't be an ambassador again, at least not where he was an ambassador before. I've said ambassador so much. Woody Johnson did not return a return appointment as the U.S. ambassador to the United Kingdom. Into the incoming Trump administration, the president-elect announced on Monday that Warren A. Stevens will receive the assignment, and also that doesn't mean that Johnson won't be securing some other role in the administration. Some league circles believed Johnson hoped to go back to the position that he held initially in the Trump administration, and if Woody exits again, his brother Christopher Johnson would presumably take over like he did in 2017, and some of the Jets' competitors were concerned that things would get dramatically better for the team that Woody runs. So clearly, somehow, some way, Woody Johnson's own brother has a better reputation than him, and he hired Adam Gase, I believe, which is just a disgusting thing to think about, that he has the better reputation. But it's just another day in the soap opera that is the worst team in the four major American sports. And, I mean, look, Woody Johnson not getting the job, though he could get another job in President-elect Donald Trump's cabinet, is obviously something that's going to continue as a story until Trump takes office and makes all of his announcements on the people who will be working under him. Johnson is a friend of Trump's. Donald Trump is prone to bringing his friends into presidential cabinet positions. He did it in 2016. He intends to do it in 2024. So we could obviously see this happen where Woody Johnson does leave the New York Jets once again. And as mentioned, many people believe around the organization the Jets would be better off without Woody Johnson. As look, I mean, there's a lot of things that you could say about the New York Jets, but one thing more than anything is that Woody Johnson is a terrible owner. He flew in his helicopter specifically to fire Joe Douglas, forced the hand of Joe Douglas into firing Robert Saleh, or I guess he forced the hand of Joe Douglas into firing his assistant GM, and Woody himself fired Robert Saleh. All while Woody Johnson goes around taking photos with celebrities that he doesn't even know, and frankly, it just makes him look like the kid whose dad owned a hedge fund and got him backstage pass tickets to a concert he didn't even want to go to. I mean, look at Woody Johnson. He's making the face of, I don't know who this person is, but I don't need Viagra right now. So it's just what we're seeing out of this team, Matt. And I mean, Woody Johnson's a complete buffoon. We all know it. And hopefully Trump gives him a job so he can get the hell away from the Jets for 4 years.
So I don't know if this headline is a good thing or a bad thing. Woody Johnson, if he's not the ambassador, was the team going to get better if he went away? Probably, because it looks like his brother has a better reputation in NFL circles than the real owner, Woody Johnson, does. That's extremely disheartening to see, because we know the Jets have a great roster, but they can't get it done because Woody Johnson, the owner, makes all these quick decisions, rash decisions. Every time, just any time he has the ability to tinker with the team, he just does it and messes stuff up. So I don't know if I was rooting. What I was rooting for was for him to get the job and sell the team. But that was, I'm not going to say impossible to happen, but 1%, 2%, we can dream. That's what Jets fans, the only thing Jets fans have been able to do for the past, however many years ago 1969 was. So just absolute horrificness since then. Woody Johnson, this team is not going to get better until he sells the team, whether he is in the cabinet or not in the cabinet. And those pictures were hilarious because he does seem like a guy who was just given this job and didn't actually work for it. And he's running the team like someone who didn't actually work for anything. There is not a thought behind those eyes right there in that picture.
He's thinking about something. He's thinking about the person to his left.
He's like,
where's your hand, Woody? Where's that left hand?
Dude, Woody Johnson needs to be stopped. He is trying to, it feels like he's doing this on purpose, where he's trying to take the Jets directly in the wrong direction. Chris, he's like, so Robert Saleh might be a bad head coach. You know what would be even better than a bad head coach? No head coach. So let's try to fire a head coach and still make the playoffs. Like, it's not Madden. You can't, if you make the mistake, you can't just fire up another franchise the next day and just restart everything.
You can't just quit.
Like, he probably wishes he could quit. Probably wishes he could hop in a time machine and go back and probably not even buy the team. Although he definitely made money off them because that's just how American sports work. Every franchise that gets sold is the most, the biggest purchase in history of selling franchises. So he's going to make some money off of it, but that's what this team is to Woody Johnson. It's just a business venture because he clearly, by not hiring a football mind to take over the everyday aspects of the football decisions, he has shown that he does not care about this team. He doesn't care about this team winning in the future, doesn't care about winning in the now. He just wants to have fun and play fantasy football in real life. And it sucks because we're all caught up in this. We're caught up in the wave that is Woody Johnson, and the wave is going right down the drain. So it's really painful to see.
Look, I mean, at the end of the day, Woody Johnson, I mean, to not get demonetized, I'm going to slightly adjust John Gruden's words that he said about Roger Goodell. But Woody Johnson is definitely an anti-football goofball. And I feel like I said ball too much there, but whatever.
Anti-football person.
He's an anti-football person. That keeps the AFP acronym. I don't even know my letters, and I'm talking crap about Woody Johnson. That says a lot about me as a person, so no more Ice Spice. But look, that's not all when it comes to the New York Jets and their future, as in more of the near future, because obviously the near future matters so much. The Jets are 3. They're 3-9, and, well, frankly, you don't make the playoffs with 8 wins in the AFC, so you're definitely, or 8 losses in the UFC. 8 losses in the AFC, so you're certainly not going to make it with 9 losses in the AFC. And that's what we've seen when it comes to none other than Aaron Rodgers, as Jets head coach Jeff Ulbrich was talking about the team's quarterback and potential changes, and he said not as of today. Instead, the quarterback Aaron Rodgers, when asked about it, said, yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out when we have those conversations. And then Jeff Ulbrich turned around and today said that Aaron Rodgers, he's our quarterback, when asked about the week-to-week thing, or if Aaron Rodgers will be the team's quarterback for the rest of the season, barring injury. It appears that Aaron Rodgers will continue playing his role on the New York Jets as the starting quarterback, and he should. This could very well be the last season of Aaron Rodgers' career. The guy's a Hall of Fame quarterback. The season doesn't matter anyway. Let Aaron Rodgers not go out sitting on the bench. The man does not deserve to go out that way while Tyrod Taylor plays football. It makes no sense. It's not like Jordan Travis is ready. And Jeff Ulbrich said that we have great belief in Aaron. We really do. And we think he gives us the best opportunity to win. I thought there were some moments in the first half where you saw Aaron Rodgers. I thought there were some moments even in the second half where you saw Aaron Rodgers. I actually saw Aaron Rodgers the whole game. He was behind center, not being the former Aaron Rodgers that was on the Packers and won 4 MVPs, but that's besides the point. And then there were moments where he didn't play to his standard, and he would tell you the same. And this also comes on the heel of former Jets first-round pick, 6th overall, Leonard Williams, saying, I think he's an older guy. He doesn't want to take big hits like that anymore. So sometimes if you feel the guy coming at you at full speed at him, he's going to chuck it and duck. We had a situation where Coach Mike McDonald called a great play and it paid off as Leonard Williams got his first ever NFL touchdown, getting a pick 6 on Aaron Rodgers. And frankly, one of the most depressing moments I've ever seen. I mean, it's equivalent to like the 2009 stock market crash, just watching the New York Jets. It's just terrible. It's depressing. Everyone should lose their job, or I guess everyone's going to lose their job. But it's not Jeff Ulbrich's fault, if you ask me, about all this situation, because Jeff Ulbrich, to me, he's like a high school just formed football team for the first time, so they asked the gym teacher to coach it, but the problem is the gym teacher is actually just the English teacher who played like a year of junior varsity basketball and applied for the job to get some extra money and doesn't know what he's doing whatsoever, given not exactly perfect, as Jeff Ulbrich is a perfectly fine defensive coordinator who I'd be fine with having back next season. I just wanted to make fun of the Jets.
hey, we drafted Leonard Williams to score touchdowns at MetLife Stadium, so you can't get mad at him. That's what he was drafted to do, and he's living up to it. But that he's getting old comment. It feels more true every single week. We have to remember that Aaron Rodgers has always been known for getting the ball out quickly, and he has that really quick release. So when he says chuck and duck, that's kind of something he did his whole career, made 4 MVPs off of it. So I'm not gonna give him anything for that. But what I will say is Aaron Rodgers definitely does. He does protect himself a little bit, as all quarterbacks are supposed to. But Aaron Rodgers does seem to go out of his way a little bit extra to not get hurt. But that Garrett Wilson miss was so bad, Chris. I lost a fantasy football matchup because Garrett Wilson did not get that catch, and he after the game he blamed it on the wind. He said, he said something about the wind blowing. Then he says after it, like, I got to make the throw, but like that, he just needs to take accountability for his mistakes. And every single week, he always has to blame the loss on someone else first. He says he does say like some of the right things, but it's like Zach Wilson. After you remember that one press conference after the Patriots game, yeah. After that, he said all the right things, but it doesn't matter anymore because the first thing he said was wrong. Josh Allen, no matter what happens, he goes, that loss is on me. That loss is on me. Joe Burrow, he loses, puts up 38 points, I think, this weekend. That loss is on me. Every single time. That's what good leaders do. Aaron Rodgers, the loss is never fully on him. It's like, oh yeah, there's some guys here, some details weren't right there. He threw Mike Williams under the bus. It's just, he is.
I'd like to throw Woody Johnson under a bus.
I mean, maybe Aaron Rodgers will do that and then run him over, but.
Hopefully.
So Jeff Ulbrich's comments make me think that Aaron Rodgers is going to be the starting quarterback for this season and then leave in the offseason, because if the plan was to bring him back next year, they would probably think about sitting him pretty soon here. So we're actually going to get we're going to get some more clarity on that soon here. If Aaron Rodgers in 2 or 3 weeks is sat down, he would be more likely to come back next year. If he plays the entire year out, it would be more likely that the Jets are planning on cutting ties with him. But that is yet to be determined, and we've made like 3 videos about that, so I'm not going to say anything about that. But what I will say is the Jets don't have any other quarterbacks that are worth getting a look at and putting them. Although I like Adrian Martinez. I liked him in the preseason, but if he was good, he probably would have been at least second on the depth chart, because we know Tyrod Taylor isn't good. Like he's fine. He's not good.
He's an okay backup.
Just want to make sure I'm not trying to talk trash about Tyrod Taylor. Like he is what he is. He's not the future. And that's what's so frustrating about the season is the Jets they're not tanking for any good players in the draft. They're not getting young players, reps and stuff. There's just, this season has been a complete lost season, and it is really unfortunate to see.
Yep, it sucks, but, well, we're not going anywhere, so make sure to like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I do truly believe that Aaron Rodgers will not be on the Jets next year, so they should call up Christian Hackenberg, because he's obviously the GOAT, while Matt shoves a pencil in my face. Well, I wish I could eat that. Looks real yummy. I was not the kid who ate erasers in school because, well, I'm a picky eater. But, Matt, thank you for your eraser. I really appreciate it. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Happy birthday, Aaron Rodgers. You probably deserve to play for a better team, but also you came to Woody Johnson's team. He deserves better. He deserves a better send-off into his old age.
Does he deserve better than 3 wins? Everyone deserves better than 3 wins. He doesn't deserve more than 5 or 6 wins, though.
Well, I mean, he should have just, I don't know, he probably should have decided to not try to save the Jets like some egotistical maniac. Everyone knows that rooting for the Jets and playing for the Jets is suicide.
I mean, he could have led them properly, but
he could have been a leader, but he didn't do that in Green Bay. So to expect that out of him in New York would have just been absurd.
Every single press conference like this where he comes out and looks really bad, like he comes out and blames it on someone else and demonstrates poor leadership, that just makes Green Bay like more and more right for calling him a bad leader and for letting him go.
And Jordan Love is cooking. So shout out Jordan Love. Happy birthday, Aaron Rodgers. Great to see that you finally reached senior citizen status. Hopefully the Medicare is good. You might need it for the CTE, I just imagine, because you're 41 and in the NFL. Guys, have a great day, and go Jets.